What's going on, guys? Back here today with another SIG macro video. This time we're talking about sights. All right, so today, if you follow me on Instagram, first show you this is clear, nothing in there, we're good to go. Just follow me on Instagram, you see that I posted a reel about the super tall SIG sights. Why I wanted to go with these, I just wanted to do a little something different with the macro that I did with the XL forever ago when I was carrying that. So I put the Holosun on just like I did on the XL because I really like this optic for many reasons. But what I wanted to do was just give that little bit of co-witness, give that tall suppressor height sight, see how I liked it in the window on a carried pistol, any other pistol I've ever carried with an optic on it. Except for the VP9 that I tricked out, but I don't carry that. I just shoot with that for fun at the range. That has the tall sights on it, and I'm using an optic. But this optic sits low enough where these suppressor height sights really give you a nice co-witness on the red dot. And again, as you've seen on my reel on Instagram, if you saw that, you'll see that it really sits really nicely. I'll try to give you a shot here. So you can tell the dot is really right on top of that post. Coming out a little bit, you can see the posts are nicely positioned right there. Probably about the best shot I can get for you. Now, I just put these sights on a couple days ago, so this is going to be the first shots with them on while using the red dot. Obviously, the red dot is sighted in, but I want to see what that sight picture really looks like under recoil and the whole thing. Just kind of give you a feel. Maybe it's something you thought about doing. Maybe you want to give it a try. All right, I just loaded up 5. I'm going to take 5 shots. Give you my impressions. So I'll say this. It's different. It definitely feels different. When I say feels different, I mean in the way that it looks through the optic. So, normally I'm used to a very clear picture. Just the window and the dot, nothing else. So nothing's obstructing your vision at all. Now with this, you have the sights taken up like essentially that whole almost half. I mean, say it's like a lower 1/3, but I mean, it's really that those posts kind of come up almost half of the screen. So when you're looking at it, okay, the dot is still in the middle. It's right over top the front post. But those sights are, obstructing your vision as far as what you're seeing through the glass. And I wasn't expecting it to be an issue. I don't think it is, but it's something definitely I think I got to get used to. All right, guys, this next 5, what I did was I put a target out 5 yards away. And I'll show you when I'm done shooting. So I just boxed off with some tape an area, and I'm just going to shoot at it using the dot, but I just want to see what that looks like jumping around with the posts in the way of the red dot and kind of see what that looks like. So let's give that a try. All right, this is what I noticed. I'm gonna take you right down there so you can see it. So here's the box. These were the 5. 3 here, 2 here, 5 yards away. So, little left, just a little bit. But I had a couple here, right bullseye, and this is where I was aiming. What I noticed, in the sight picture, and I don't think that it wasn't that it was messing with me, like, psyching me out, so to speak. It's different. So I had to adjust. And I don't want to, okay, so wrong word. I don't want to say I had to adjust, but focusing on the dot, right? The sights sort of just blurred away. So it's not like I saw the sights and the dot and it was, like a weird combination of the two. And this all may be not news to you guys who shoot a lot with suppressor height sights with red dots. I don't do that a lot. Like I said, my VP9, it's a little higher set optic, so those taller sights don't really get in the way of the window so much. So these are really sort of that co-witnessing type of iron sight. These front sights, it does have they're day-night sights, so they do glow. It's green, it's got that little bit of color there. But looking at the dot, the rears and the fronts just sort of blur away, but it is taking up that window space. So, and I'll show you here again, it's really not gonna give you a good representation because the camera's trying to focus on different things, but this is sort of what you're seeing, but with the dot in focus. So if you can imagine that dot being in focus and these sights blurred, a little more blurred than that, that's what you're getting. So let's take a couple more shots. All right, so let's do it again, about 7 yards away this time. We'll do 5 shots again in the box, see what it looks like. See if I'm getting used to that sight picture, see if I can do it maybe a little quicker. Let's see how it goes. Oh, but also, if you watch my reels or if you don't, the holster I'm using for this is Custom Holster Solutions. So they were probably like the first people to do rigs for this. So I'm running a sidecar rig for the macro. So it's been holding up nice. Okay, picked up the speed there a little bit. A little less accurate. All 5 are there, just a little less accurate than the first time. So what I got here is I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my 5 were a little more spread out than I probably would have liked, but still those 5 shots are within, you know, a tight circle. So I would say the furthest shots away are probably 3 inches. And again, that was me just bang, 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 just kind of letting that dot settle back as quick as I could get it back on there. And I felt like everything was good. I shot, it wasn't super fast, but, you know, decently fast. I'm not just sitting there doing, you know, like precision target shooting. I, you know, had a little bit of an elevated speed, and I'm happy with that. All right, so my thoughts on this, and you got to make the decision yourself whether you want to run taller sights or not. I'd say the only reason that I went for the tall sight option, knowing that they had these sights, is just in the very off chance that in a situation, or maybe just in target shooting, right? But in a situation where I need to use this in a self-defense situation, is if the red dot for whatever reason is not working. If it's shut off, if I happen to turn it off by accident, I don't know, something malfunctioned with the red dot and I need to use this, you know, then I have in my hand a set of sights that I can still use. And I can still use the iron sights and not have to worry about it. Now, probably saying, well, Steve, you know, in that situation, things are going to be very close, probably less than 5 yards. It's really just point shoots, right? Like as soon as you pull this out, you're really not going to be using the sights. You're just point shooting, very close distance, and you're going to just hit what you can, you know, try to do the best you can in a very elevated, high stress type of situation. I get it, that's true. I probably would not even use the sights. But again, you never know what you're gonna find yourself in. So you may need the sights, maybe it's not. Maybe it's like that guy in the mall where he took his 43X out to 50 yards. Maybe that's a situation you might find yourself in, where you're in a self-defense situation, you need to take some shots at a distance, and you have a little bit of time to try to really get a good sight picture and aim and do all the things you're supposed to do to get off a good clean shot. And if your red dot for whatever reason has just failed, not working, you still got your iron sights and you still have a really good chance, if you got your proper fundamentals down, knowing how to shoot, to make a good clean shot if you need to. So all right guys, that's really just it. Quick video today, the SIG super tall sights on the macro. I dig it, it's gonna take a little getting used to. But for me, I still focus on the dot and everything else kind of blurs away. So, you know, it's just not as clean of a sight picture as it was before. So something to get used to. All right, guys, don't forget, Steve MP5 on the Instagrams. I'll see you next time.